Welcome to the Space Limited Accomplishments. I'm Lance Ash, and with me is Bonnie Ash.
Hello.
And we're going to begin right off the bat with gripe session. Okay, there was this recent flap in the news about Congresswoman from Tennessee, Marsha Blackburn, giving a stern warning to Taylor Swift that if the socialists take over, that they'll ban her from performing and making whatever, blah, blah. All right.
What a crock of shit.
So, I watched a video from either CNN or MSNBC about it, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but right off the bat, Marsha Blackburn says she's running her mouth. And she says, I have a lot of friends in the entertainment industry or whatever. And she says the word friends. So just for a joke, I left a comment saying, don't trust anybody who pronounces the word friends. So I get a reply from this person who says, oh, you listen here, you troll. There are plenty of people in the South who are liberals, progressives, and Democrats. Totally missing the point. Marsha Blackburn clearly is none of those things. So I left a very lengthy reply to that saying, no, you don't understand. I'm from the South and blah, blah. Now here's the point I'm getting at. YouTube deletes any comments that use the word redneck because they equate it to other horrible pejoratives that are just unacceptable in today's public discourse. So this whole thing got lost in the mail because I forgot that because I used the word redneck because I said, you don't understand. I'm from the South and I'm a liberal, progressive, blah, 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 but I just can't stand the redneck accent. But then I realized she missed, after that I thought, well, I didn't clarify that. You missed the whole point because I'm talking about this conservative person who used the word. Anyway, so I go looking for my comment and it's gone. And I realized, oh, they've not even posted it because I used the word redneck. I did this before because a couple of years ago I was talking about what's her name? Angelina Jolie, and I said, look, I want to make a point, everybody. She is not good looking. She's ugly. But all the rednecks think she's a goddess. Well, that never got posted because they wouldn't accept that. So that's the beginning of my gripe session. All right, anything to add to that, Bonnie?
I don't comment on you commenting on YouTube.
Now, why is that?
Why do you waste your time engaging with these idiots, these trolls? Why do you let yourself get trolled? Why do you waste your time?
You mean making comments?
Yeah.
Well, because I think it's...
And then the back and forth.
Well, sometimes it's not all like that. Sometimes you get support. You might like, oh yeah, I agree with you. Donald Trump's a moron, blah, blah, blah. Or that song's really good. Yeah, it's really good. Did you know that they did this? And sometimes it's stuff like that. But, why would they ban the word redneck? That just makes no sense. Okay. What was your weekend like?
Unproductive.
You always say that. Didn't you get a lot done?
No, I didn't.
What to you would be considered getting a lot done?
Depends on whatever's going on at that moment, whatever things I need to do.
Okay. Well, we had our daughter over, played Scrabble. Peter won, right? Yeah, I lost completely. I didn't even break 100.
Bree came in second, I came in third, you came in fourth.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Peter kicked my ass at gin last night.
Really?
Trounced. Two sets, nothing. Just ungodly, like twice as many points as I had.
I haven't played gin in a long time. Did you guys figure out the scoring system finally?
I don't know. I think we're still a little unclear about if you go out and then the other person has a lower point, they're holding fewer points than you are. We're not sure about that one yet, but the rest of it we got.
I think they get your point, the difference, and they get a bonus. That's definite, yeah. But what the bonus is, I'm not sure. 25 or 50. 25 probably. I don't know. A lot of the good card games require 4 people, and we're never going to have 4 people. Rook is fun. I used to play Rook a lot. But it wasn't the official version. It was some truncated, simplified version.
I went to that god-awful mall this weekend to pick up your shoes, because we haven't been able to get the 14 4Es anywhere else. And as empty as that place was, one place stood out. It was called the Bridge Center. A place where people go and play bridge together.
I have never heard of this.
I hadn't either. I didn't know. I mean, other than the Y and, the old folks groups.
I wanted to learn to play bridge for a long time, and now I've lost the interest in it. I haven't been able to play chess in a long time either. I don't know. Games. I used to be really big into games, but my social interests have really drained away. So what was the mall like on the inside?
Well, first off, I thought I was going to take a shortcut through one of the main stores because the shoe place is outside the main entrance to Penny's. I mean, it's like one store next to it, But I pulled up into the parking lot and there were no cars. I drove up to the door and said, "This location is permanently closed." I didn't even know that Penny's was closed. I mean, I can't even tell you the last time I went into Penny's. I think Reed was in high school at that point, or maybe it was a bathroom visit. Anyway, so I ended up driving around to the back side of the mall and going in one of the main entrances around the back. And when I walked in, they had these notices up saying, "We no longer allow X, Y, and Z. The following services are not offered, including stroller cart rentals," which used to be a big thing up there. I don't even know if they have the disability cards. I didn't even see those. And I walked in, and that main entrance, there was a bathroom, but I don't even recall seeing the mall office being there anymore. So you go all the way down to the corridor, and it isn't until the end of the corridor, which traditionally had stores along the corridor, that you see American Eagle or some dump like that on one side. And then around the corner, there's nothing. Then across the way, there's nothing except the Bridge Center, a gaping hole where Chick-fil-A was, and a gaping hole where the eyeglasses place was. And then there's the Army Recruiter that's left. And then another gaping hole where the children's Japanese store, what was that?
Children's Japanese store.
Miss Kitty.
Oh, Hello Kitty. Sanrio.
And then at that end of that section, the Penny's was closed, and of all the things to still be open was that tacky-ass man-style place that sells zoot suits for people who go to AME churches on the weekend that want to be dressed up like Easter bonnets or something. Men's lime green suits and men's purple and pink suits and crazy-ass attire.
Lavender bowlers.
Yes. It was so tacky. I don't even know how the hell they were saying open. And then they've got these shirts that are in black with gold lettering that say Thug Life, Embrace It or something. And you're like, what?
Well,
And then I got on the escalator and I get downstairs and the only thing open at that end of the mall, the only thing open was that shoe store, which, by the way, has taken up 3 or 4 shop spaces now. But nothing. I didn't even see anything else down at that end of the mall.
I don't know how much longer that mall can hold on.
It's got to convert
with
into some sort of usable space. Athens Clark County was talking about putting a court out there for like traffic tickets and all that kind of stuff at one point. They have a police substation out there that's in the old mall movie theater. But there's no Sears, there's no Penny's. I don't think there's a Macy's anymore. The only thing I think may be open is a Belk's. And then the food court. But I can't tell you anything else that's out there. We don't go there. It's a dump. It's been a dump for a long time. That wasn't the way the malls used to be. I mean, they used to have a combination of things. They used to have a combination of different type of restaurants, several different bookstores, several different toy stores, a variety of boutique shops along with the mainstream shops. And then they would have services. They always seem to have the damn military recruiters. But they would also have services like the eyeglasses place, for example. And sometimes a hearing place, or then the makeup. Merle Norman used to be at most malls, and it's just not that way anymore.
When I got my ears, I got one of my ears pierced for the first time. It was at, I think it was at Merle Norman.
Yeah, there used to be several places you could go to get that type of thing. And there used to be places where you could go and get cookies. There used to be an Orange Julius. There used to be a Dairy Queen.
No, there wasn't a Dairy Queen.
Yeah, there was. And it was one of those little sub shops where you could go and get your little the little tiny Dairy Queen things that had the freezies.
Well, when the mall first opened in
stuff,
81, I think it was, there were 4 anchor stores, 4 big stores, 3 of which were downtown, had been downtown, and 1 which was a little further down the road, and all 4 of them moved out to the mall. And at the time, it was like predicting, it's the death of downtown. And downtown is more lively than ever, and the mall is completely dead now. And but there was it opened when I was 11, but around from 11 years old to 15, 16, you could spend hours there because there were places to eat. There were bookstores you could ramble around in.
Game places where you could go in and play
that's right, the
video
arcade,
games.
yeah.
A newsstand at most malls. And I don't mean just the magazines and the books section. I mean actual newsstand.
I wonder if Spencer's is still there.
I don't know.
When I was a kid, that was a just trashy store. It was
Still is.
It was dark, and it had, what's the word? Bordello perfume in the air, and half-naked girl posters in the back, and sex toys and all kinds of just weird shit.
Oh, the dancing, bouncing penis. Remember? You used to have those teeth that you would wind up and they go bouncing all over the place. They had a bouncing penis.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, because when you're a kid, you sneak into places like that and you just think that's the funniest thing. And honestly, I still think that's really funny.
Yeah, I went to see Terminator 2 there, and the second Alien movie, and I think I went to see the door. We went to see the Jurassic Park there, to the Doors. They had an inside and an outside movie theater, and I met 2 different girls I went out with there. When I was working at, I worked there.
Of shoe stores.
I worked at a shoe store there.
Jeans.
You worked there too. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
How old were you?
Oh God, I don't. 15, 14. I don't know.
You couldn't have been that young.
I was really young.
Wow. Just jeans or jeans plus?
Pants. I
Just
think
pants.
So.
I never bought a damn thing at that jeans store. That was too expensive.
We were forced to wear the outfits. You had to come in, pick your size jeans, and pick one of the shirts, and pick some of the accessories. And he only hired girls. And you were taught how to measure a man in his pants. And you were taught how to hold the thing and run it down up his leg and around the waist and comment on things like, oh, you look like you work out and things like that. It was... There were no men in that shop that were selling. There was an owner, he owned the place, and he made certain that his girls all came in, and we were wearing makeup, and we put on all the accessory jewelry and all that other kind of stuff. And that was part of the thing. You came in, you wrote down your time, you grabbed a uniform, you went back, got changed, and you came out on the floor.
How many people did we know that worked there? Your friend worked at JCPenney in the mail order department
My
or something.
friend that you dated.
So that's 3 girls I knew that dated there.
Yeah, she worked in the order department, and I don't know how she even... I don't even know why she did it, because she spent more than she earned.
Wow. Our English teacher, Miss Raines from high school, she worked there in the summer. She worked in Sears in the summer. In the order department, catalog department.
She had the most worthless husband. He was a preacher at a know-nothing, do-nothing church. And they had to rely on her salary just to get by.
He got fired from that church because
He'd been stealing, right?
the church accused him of stealing some money and voted him out. He went down the road to a different church.
Yeah, another little pissant little church. As in 60 people show up. God. And he was worthless. Edgar, was that his name? Edgar
Yeah.
Raines.
But I got a job at the shoe store there, and there was across the, what do you call it, aisle, pathway, street, the walkway, there was a young women's clothing store, and this chick that worked there noticed me. I don't know what happened, but somehow I got the word that she had been looking at me. So I went in there and asked her out, and
oh my God, it was that Wagoner guy I worked for.
the guy who worked at the shoe store was named Wagoner.
This was a Wagoner also. He was a middle-aged guy.
Well, the guy I worked for was C.B. Wagoner. I can't remember what his wife's name was. They had a daughter whose eye got messed up from some disease that their pet dog gave her.
Ew.
Yeah, she had this milky foam permanently over one of her eyes.
Jesus.
And she went to that crazy rolling in the aisles evangelical, Pentecostal church I went to, speaking in tongues church. And I don't know if they had a son. I don't think they had a son. But oh my God. I wonder whatever happened to all those people. It makes me depressed when I think of all the people I knew in the past, and I don't know what happened to them.
It's really funny. I've thought about I don't know how many people in the last week, and I've gone, I should look them up, but I don't care. I never get around to it. I'm like, I don't care what they look like now. I don't care what they're doing now. I didn't care about them then.
Yeah.
I'm not curious about them to any extent. It's just like some part of my life, and it makes for a strange story, like that Crystal Turnbull girl I was telling you about, that one of the girls saw her washing her hair in a men's urinal at summer camp.
Well, there was this guy from Peru or Ecuador. Peru.
Willie?
No. And I worked with him at the shoe store, and when the old couple retired and that young woman came in, they had some kind of fight, and he went around the corner to another shoe store where his brothers worked. And he came over and told me, look, I can get you a job over here. You need to quit this. And I should have taken him up on it because I got fired not long after that for goofing off. And but then he later got into selling insurance. I don't know what happened. He had a younger brother who was gay, and I ran into the gay brother at O'Malley's. There used to be this great big huge bar down by the river in downtown Athens called O'Malley's, and I ran into his brother there, and he was drunk and he was all over me going, I don't know what he was saying, crazy shit. And I was out there with my
girlfriend.
No, I was out there with my roommate who was just this stick in the mud, men don't behave that way. And
Bob?
No, Paul.
Oh.
And after he left, he's like, I can't believe you let that homo hug all over you.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I think we've about reached the limit.
What the hell is this conversation about this time?
Oh, the mall mainly. But that was okay. All right, so that's about it. Anything to add?
Nope.
Okay. All right, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.